Hello folks, welcome back to Trend Top. First proposed in the 1970s and produced commercially by Sony in 1991, lithium batteries are now used in mobile phones, airplanes, and cars. Despite several advantages which have led them to increasing success in the energy industry, lithium-ion batteries have some drawbacks and are a topic that elicits much discussion. But what exactly are lithium batteries and how do they work? A lithium-ion battery is an advanced battery technology that uses lithium ions as a key component of its electrochemistry. During a discharge cycle, lithium atoms in the anode are ionized and separated from their electrons. The lithium ions move from the anode to pass through the electrolyte until they reach the cathode, where they recombine with their electrons and electrically neutralize. The lithium ions are small enough to be able to move through a micropermeable separator between the anode and cathode, in part because of lithium's small size. Li-ion batteries are capable of having a very high voltage and charge storage per unit mass and unit volume. Li-ion batteries can use a number of different materials as electrodes. The most common combination is that of lithium, cobalt oxide, and graphite, which is most commonly found in portable electronic devices such as cell phones and laptops. Other cathode materials include lithium manganese oxide and lithium iron phosphate. Li-ion batteries typically use ether as an electrolyte. Battery applications. All lithium-ion batteries work in broadly the same way. When the battery is charging up, the lithium cobalt oxide positive electrode gives up some of its lithium ions, which move through the electrolyte to the negative graphite electrode and remain there. The battery takes in and stores energy during this process. When the battery is discharging, the lithium ions move back across the electrolyte to the positive electrode, producing the energy that produces the powers up with the battery. In both cases, electrons flow in the opposite direction in the ions around the outer circuit. Electrons do not flow through the electrolyte. It's effectively an insulating barrier so far as electrons are concerned. The movement of ions and electrons are interconnected processes, and if either stops, so does the other. If ions stop moving through the electrolyte because the battery completely discharges, electrons can't move through the outer circuit either, so you lose your power. Similarly, if you switch off whatever the battery is powering, the flow of electrons stop, and so does the flow of ions. Unlike simpler batteries, lithium-ion ones have built-in electronic controllers that regulate how they charge and discharge. They prevent the overcharging and overheating that can cause lithium-ion batteries to explode in certain circumstances. How a lithium-ion battery charges and discharges? As their name suggests, lithium-ion batteries are all about the movement of lithium ions. The ions move one way when the battery charges. They move the opposite way when the battery discharges. Well, 1. During charging, lithium ions flow from the positive electrode to the negative electrode through the electrolyte. Electrons also flow from the positive electrode to the negative electrode, but take the longer path around the outer circuit. The electrons and ions combine at the negative electrode and deposit lithium there. When no more ions will flow, the battery is fully charged and ready to use. 3. During discharging, the ions flow back through the electrolyte from the negative electrode to the positive electrode. Electrons flow from the negative electrode to the positive electrode through the outer circuit, powering your laptop. When the ions and electrons combine at the positive electrode, lithium is deposited there. 4. When all the ions have moved back, the battery is fully discharged and needs charging up again. Advantages of lithium-ion batteries. Compared to the other high-quality rechargeable battery technologies, Li-ion batteries have a number of advantages. They have one of the highest energy densities of any battery technology today. In addition, Li-ion battery cells can deliver up to 3.6 volts, 3 times higher than technologies such as NICD or NIMH. This means that they can deliver large amounts of current for higher power applications, which has Li-ion batteries. They are also comparatively low maintenance and do not require scheduled cycling to maintain their battery life. Li-ion batteries have no memory effect, a detrimental process where repeated partial discharge and charge cycles can cause a battery to remember a lower capacity. This is an advantage over both NICD and NIMH, which display this effect. Due to these advantages, Li-ion batteries have displaced NICD batteries as the market leader in portable electronic devices Li-ion batteries are also used to power electrical systems for some aerospace applications, notable in the new and more environmentally friendly Boeing 787, where weight is a significant cost factor. From a clean energy perspective, much of the promise of Li-ion battery technology comes from their potential applications in battery-powered cars. Currently, the best-selling electric cars, the Nissan Leaf and the Tesla Model S, both use Li-ion batteries as their primary fuel source. Generally, lithium-ion batteries are more reliable than older technologies such as nickel-cadmium and don't suffer from a problem known as the memory effect. Since lithium-ion batteries don't contain cadmium, they're also better for the environment. Although dumping any batteries into landfills is never a good idea. Are there any risks with using lithium-ion batteries? While these batteries are pretty impressive, they do have their downsides. The biggest complaint is that they wear out fairly quickly whether you use them or not. A typical lithium-ion battery will last about 2 to 3 years before it has to be replaced. That can get expensive. The production and disposal of lithium-ion batteries also has a big impact on the environment, so the longer those batteries can last, the better. As you learned, lithium is extremely reactive. When manufacturers make lithium-ion batteries, they have to take certain precautions so that the batteries are safe to use. However, you may have heard of some electronics, such as laptops or cell phones, bursting into flames because of their batteries. While this might be a good excuse for not handing in your English essay on time, it's a pretty dangerous situation. For safety reasons, lithium-ion batteries include a separator. This prevents electrodes of the battery cells from touching each other. But if this separator gets ripped or damaged, the electrodes can touch. This can cause a huge buildup of heat. If this buildup of heat produces a spark, the highly flammable electrolyte can catch on fire. Once there are flames in one cell, they can quickly spread to others, and before you know it, your laptop is a pool of melted plastic. A buildup of heat can also cause the pressure in your laptop to rise very quickly, and boom! However, you don't need to worry too much. These events are very rare. In fact, lithium-ion batteries are actually very safe. Also, right now there is a lot of research going into improving every part of these batteries. For example, researchers have created a liquid electrolyte that turns into a solid when it is hit. What does the future hold? Today's lithium-ion rechargeables have many advantages over yesterday's Nickades, but they're far from the end of the story. As we've already seen, there are pesky problems like thermal runaway still seeking effective solutions. Meanwhile, the hurtling pace of climate change is accelerating the need for cheaper, safer, more energy-dense, and environmentally friendly batteries that charge more quickly and pack ever more energy into ever smaller space. Lots of exciting research is going on as you read these words. Ultra fast charging graphene batteries, ones made from the cutting edge nanomaterials such as carbon nanotubes, and even ones based on genetically engineered viruses and vitamins such as flavin, could be powering your computer or smartphone in the very near future. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.